All right, so The Undertaker uploaded a new episode of his podcast recently, and I'm going to be honest, I didn't even know The Undertaker had a podcast. It's still relatively new, I guess, but yeah, they uploaded a new episode. Now, they spent the first 10 minutes of this episode talking about prize picks and doing ad reads for it, so I don't know what that was about. It was extremely excessive. Don't ever do that again, Undertaker. But the rest of the episode was cool. They did talk about a lot of interesting topics here, mainly focusing on the Royal Rumble, Triple H as a leader of the creative now. They had a lot of great things to say about him and how good he is at molding and nurturing this young group of wrestlers that the WWE has right now. And then they also discussed the Cody Rhodes versus Rock incident that happened on SmackDown a few weeks ago. Now, The Undertaker was explaining how crazy it would be as a wrestler to plan for the Royal Rumble match because the creative team would switch shit up last minute and it would be really difficult to adjust in the ring on the fly. And he did mention a certain individual, but would not say this person's name. And I just thought that was interesting because it shows that Vince McMahon has officially become the Lord Voldemort of the wrestling world. But here's that clip.
Now, you've got something in your mind for a couple of hours now. Like, okay, this is what... this is what we're trying to achieve. This is how we're going to get there. And then somebody decides, no, they want to change it.
I wonder if The Undertaker will ever talk about the allegations of Vince McMahon in public. I know the wrestling world would be very interested in hearing what he had to say about the situation, considering how close he was with Vince, referring to him as a father figure many times in the past. Now, they did discuss The Rock taking Cody Rhodes' spot at WrestleMania during SmackDown a few weeks ago, and they obviously recorded this podcast episode before the WrestleMania press conference, where we now see that those plans have been changed. But it was still interesting to hear The Undertaker's opinion on the original plan, and that he obviously felt the same way as all of us felt, feeling bad for Cody and admiring the professionalism of Cody to go out there and still deliver a great promo knowing that he had just been completely fucked over by The Rock.
And I was about to turn everything off and go to bed, and then I said, I want to hear Cody's promo.
Yeah.
And it was great.
Oh,
it
yeah.
was so good, and I was so invested. And when he said, just not at WrestleMania, my freaking heart just sunk to my stomach, because I knew at that moment what was about to happen. And sure enough, and believe me, money-wise, having The Rock at WrestleMania, bro, come on. But knowing and being in that situation a couple of times myself in that career, for Cody to go out and to deliver the promo that he delivered last night, I mean, man, I felt for it. I felt the knot in my stomach.
And The Undertaker goes on to talk about this ongoing theme with The Rock and how the other wrestlers on the roster probably feel about him. And this is something that most famously was expressed by CM Punk during his feud with The Rock 12 years ago. And it's this feeling of, yeah, The Rock is a huge star, and short term, it's a big box office draw for the company, but this is our time. And we are on the road every single day, working our asses off so that we can headline WrestleMania one day and become a star as well. And seeing The Rock being able to come back and take someone's opportunity like that probably puts a really big chip on these guys' shoulder. But here's what The Undertaker had to say.
Now, all of them are looking and going, oh, you brought back The Rock?
Mm-hmm.
You felt like you needed to bring back The Rock to main event?
And no one will say that.
But that's in the back of their head.
That's in the back of their head. It'd be in the back of my head. There'd be that side of me that says, yes, this is good for business.
Yeah, we're going to make money.
I mean, this is the biggest star in the world.
Yeah.
Right?
M&T Swift.
Yeah. I mean, you being honest, right? But I'm the one that goes out and grinds every weekend of every year. Man, that's what makes everything so cool. That's what makes it real.
Yeah.
That
right
is
there.
What makes it real. And that's what's, it's unfortunate, like I said, but man, WrestleMania is going to be fire, man.
Yeah.
It is going to be fire.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's The Undertaker's new podcast. I think they're going to try to be a little bit more consistent with it, and if they can do that, then hearing The Undertaker's thoughts on the current events of the WWE every week or even once or twice a month will be very cool. But let me know how you guys feel about the current state of the WWE, The Undertaker's podcast, and if you are Team Cody Rhodes like myself and the Dead Man are. And as always, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and check out the other videos on this channel as well. I will see you in the next video. Peace.